Welcome to Study Garage, and today we've got some rearranging to do within the garage, and then also we've got some rearrangements that we need to share with you guys. Now I'll start with the possibly disappointing news for anyone who got excited in my last video when they heard me say I may do a review of the Lego passenger plane that came out recently. Unfortunately, due to recent events, I'm gonna land this plane, put it in a hangar, and scratch that idea. And that's not really for any real particular reason other than I got these new Legos and I want to do this instead. But before we get into the mission at hand with these new pieces over here, definitely check out this new Instagram for the Study Garage. The old Instagram that I was linking in videos before dates back to my high school days, and I just kind of felt awkward about posting Lego content on the gram. So you know what? Go ahead and follow this new Instagram that I made for the Study Garage to keep up with everything Study Garage. So now that we got that stuff out of the way, let's dive into the mission at hand in this video, which are these new pieces, because in these two bags are every piece needed to put every single one of our Speed Champions on a lift. And if I'm not mistaken, let me check. Yep, there they are. Oh yeah, that's Lego. Check it out, that is bag one, the main bag. We got a few extras trying to hold on for dear life. There they go. Get out of there. Let's check. Analyze. Empty. Get that. Man, we don't need you anymore. Let's get into bag two. Alright, we don't need y'all no more either. Get over there with your friend. Anyway, check it out. All of those were in a little separate, smaller bag because they are all right or left. No, yeah, I guess it's right angles, sloped, all the same direction. But what's funny is if you haven't seen the last video, there are no left angles or right, whatever you want to call it, to match these. It's just that they kept they kept that and that. Those are the only angles I have. We don't have the other angles yet because those are part of the standard order. So why even separate them, bruh? But let me just add, I undoubtedly appreciate the hard-working fellows at Lego. Thank you for my order. I know you've seen orders bigger than this, but even this would be tedious to me. But now's the time I announce my big because if you're familiar with the car lifts that I made for my Speed Champions on this channel, you'll know that they are all black. And let's look at that order again. Those aren't black. Yep, my Speed Champion lifts are gonna be all dark stone gray. I oofed up, but you know what? I don't even care. It'll be whatever. I want it all black, but I am not gonna spend the $2 probably that it costs to get all black. But now that the pieces are out of the bag and ready to go, we're gonna go ahead and build all the Speed Champion lifts that we possibly can in time-lapse form, don't worry, so that we can go ahead and set up all of these guys and see how much room we can save in the Speed Champion garage. And here we go. These are the 8-wide Speed Champion car lifts for our garage, along with a 6-wide Speed Champion car lift that I forgot to build on camera and figured, well, I'll just, you know, I'll go ahead and just build this. But I'll be honest with you, once I had finished the 8-wide Speed Champion car lifts, I was like, are these enough? Do we have enough lifts? And I was like, oh wait, we can then stack them. So we got plenty, and now is the time to go through the garage and see how we can organize them the best. To do this, I figured we could start by organizing the shelves above the pre-existing lifts that we already have. So for the first part of this conversion, I started with this shelf containing the Ferrari 488 race car, since it's one of the shortest shelf gaps, and I thought it's the perfect place for my 4 6-wide speed champions. After placing the 4 6-wide speed champions though, I realized that there was definitely room for one 8-wide lift. You'll see me add the lift and then put in the Ford GT and Audi rally car, but once I walked away, I realized how horrible of an angle that was to view the Ford GT. So I replaced the Ford and the Audi with the Dodge Challenger and Charger. The next shelf down is a little taller, but it's still not tall enough for 3 levels of 8 wides. And after placing in 2 lifts, I also realized that it's only wide enough for 2 8-wide lifts in here. So I was frustratingly only going to put 4 cars on the shelf when I realized, wait a minute, and pushed the lifts over and together to create a spot for another car. And once I did that, I even thought, why not add one of the baseball displays like before to get a full shelf of 6 8-wide speed champions. That brings us to the Bugatti shelf right underneath the initial shelf with those original lifts, which has the room to stack lifts for a 3rd level of cars, but admittedly, this is where I realized we were running out of lifts fast, as in we had one more lift and we had many more cars. So I stuck with only putting 2 lifts on this shelf, which brings us to the last lift, which I used to put on this Lamborghini shelf, since this shelf is not only tall enough for a 3-level lift, but tall enough to put the Urus on top. But this ended up completely hiding the Urus from view. Bruh. Mr. Urus. So once again, we utilized a baseball display in order to fit all 4 cars. And after all this, my original plan was to use the couple extra pieces to create a 3rd level for the Ferrari lift. But once I did, I realized that the 3rd car was too tall for the shelf. So instead, I went back to the Bugatti shelf and I added 3rd levels onto there, which worked out beautifully. Although one of the top shelves is light stone gray, since I didn't have any more black pieces. And finally, the last thing that I did within the garage was create this little doohickey. And it's this little doohickey that enabled me to place the Mopar Dragster on the top shelf with the McLaren F1. Alright, so I don't exactly know where I went wrong, but in a sense I didn't, because in a way, I got all of the official +2, the Miata, and the Rimac here, speed champions on lifts, except for the Corvettes here. But we freed up so much space. We could fit another Lego Creator Expert car in there, like the Beetle that we have out in the main room, or a ton more speed champions. We're also going to add lifts up here to these speed champions to give them some more room to breathe and to add some more room for more speed champions to take their breath away again. But either way, this looks incredible. Even if we weren't able to get all the speed champions on lifts today, I am very happy with the results, especially the extra space. But that is all we have for you today. If you enjoyed today's video, definitely consider dropping a like, and remember to follow the new Instagram, the Arrow Will, link in description below. With that, see y'all, take it easy, peace.